You ever get that weird feeling that history's hiding something? Like there are clues about our future scattered everywhere, but we're just not looking in the right places. Well, today we're heading down the rabbit hole, or rather, an iceberg. We're exploring predictions tucked away in old books. First up, the Fatima Third Secret. The Vatican supposedly kept this one under wraps for ages. People whispered it was about the end of the world, or some huge betrayal within the church. When it was finally revealed, many thought, is that it, or is there more? It still fuels a ton of debate. Then there are the Hopi prophecies. These Native American warnings talk about big earth changes, like the planet literally shifting, and how our society might crumble if we don't respect nature. They speak of a purifier and different ages of man. Pretty heavy stuff that seems more relevant every year. And Baba Vanga, the blind Bulgarian mystic, everyone knows her big hits, but she also apparently talked about a black dragon taking over the world. Some say that's China, and even time travel tech becoming a reality. Imagine that. We also have Edgar Cayce's Earth Changes. This guy, the sleeping prophet, predicted continents shifting, lands rising and sinking, and even the Earth's poles flipping. Sounds like a disaster movie, but he had a surprisingly decent track record on other things. Don't forget Mother Shipton. Way back in the 16th century, this English seer wrote these rhyming prophecies. People claim she hinted at things like planes, carriages without horses shall go, and wars fought from the sky. Spooky how old some of these ideas are, and a modern one, the Webbot project. This isn't an old dusty scroll. It's a computer program that supposedly scans the internet, looking for patterns in language to predict big world events. It's like a digital oracle, sometimes getting things eerily right, other times, well, not so much. Ursula Southiel's 2024 warning. Ursula is actually Mother Shipton. That was her real name. There are some really obscure verses attributed to her that some interpret as pointing to a big global trial or upheaval specifically around 2024. Finding the exact original source for this one is a quest in itself. St. Malachy's Papal Prophecies. This Irish saint supposedly listed every future pope with a short, cryptic Latin phrase, right up to the final pope. Peter the Roman, who would reign during the end times. Guess who some people think fits the bill for that final pope? Yeah, it gets a bit tense. The Oracle of Baalbek. Think ancient Lebanon. Powerful prophecies that were apparently so potent the Romans made sure to erase them when they took over. What could have been so dangerous they wanted it gone forever? Padre Pio's apocalyptic letters. This famous Italian saint, known for stigmata, supposedly had visions of a terrifying 3-day darkness that would cover the earth. He wrote about it in letters, but the full details were never really made public. Makes you wonder what he saw. The lost Dead Sea Scroll prophecies. We all know the Dead Sea Scrolls were a massive discovery, but rumors persist that some scrolls, or parts of them, detailing messianic timelines or future conflicts, were quietly removed before the public ever got a good look. And the Tiburtine Sibyl. This prophetess from early Christian Rome talked about a last Roman emperor who would appear right before the apocalypse. People have been trying to fit emperors to that prophecy for centuries. The Book of Chilam, Balam. These are Mayan texts full of prophecies, and some parts describe sky beings, or star people, returning. Given how advanced the Maya were with astronomy, you gotta wonder what they knew about visitors from above. Gospel of Thomas, End of Time, sayings. This is one of those Gospels that didn't make it into the official Bible. It contains sayings of Jesus that are pretty different, and some talk about finding an inner light before a massive cosmic change. The Kolbrin Bible predictions. This is a fascinating one. It's supposedly an ancient text, part Egyptian, part Celtic, that survived the burning of Glastonbury Abbey. It predicts a celestial body called the Destroyer, returning to Earth, causing cataclysms. It's pretty intense and has a dedicated following. Jasher's fire from the skies. The book of Jasher is mentioned in the Bible, but isn't part of it. Some versions of this apocryphal text are said to forecast stars falling like rain and entire cities just vanishing in fire. The Emerald Tablet's star alignment. These legendary tablets, supposedly written by Thoth the Atlantine, are super mystical. They apparently mention specific star alignments, like when Orion kneels, acting as cosmic clocks that open gateways or trigger huge events. Solomon's Ring prophecies. King Solomon, famous for his wisdom, supposedly had a ring with inscriptions that could command spirits. Legends say these inscriptions also held prophecies, foretelling a future age with kings of smoke and steel. Sounds a bit like our industrial or modern warfare era, doesn't it? This layer is fascinating because it's where we see the same prophetic themes popping up in totally different cultures. The Red Sky event. Think about it, prophecies from Zulu traditions in Africa, Norse Ragnarok in Europe, and ancient Chinese texts all describe a time when the sky will turn blood red, often as a sign of immense upheaval or the end of an age. How did they all land on red? The rise of a one-eyed king or figure. In Islam, there's the Dajjal, a false messiah who is often described as one-eyed. In Norse mythology, Odin sacrificed an eye for wisdom, and some interpretations of the beast in the Book of Revelation hint at similar imagery. This powerful, flawed, one-eyed leader showing up, it's a weirdly specific recurring theme. Flood repeats. Everyone knows about Noah, but the Hopi, ancient Hindu texts Manu, Norse myths Bergelmird, and Sumerian legends, Utnapishtim have stories of a world destroying flood and a few survivors chosen to restart humanity. Twin sun visions. Imagine looking up and seeing two suns in the sky. This image appears in Aboriginal Dreamtime stories from Australia and even in some medieval European paintings and accounts. What could cause that? A nearby supernova, a planetary alignment, or something else entirely? A time when the moon bleeds. This isn't just a cool phrase. Ancient prophecies from Ethiopia, Korea, and Syria talk about a period when the moon will appear blood red, often linked to famine, war, or disaster. We know lunar eclipses make the moon look red, but these prophecies seem to imply something more ominous and prolonged. Sky torn open. Multiple traditions from indigenous lore to ancient mystic texts speak of a future moment when the sky will literally look like it's tearing, or a rift or hole will appear, visible to everyone on Earth. What would be on the other side? Now we're getting to prophecies or prophetic claims that are much more recent. The 1994 Nairobi Seer. In the mid-90s, a man in Nairobi, Kenya, apparently made some incredibly specific predictions. A worldwide sickness similar to COVID, the rise of microchip surveillance, and something he called digital law, controlling people. For 1994, that's eerily present. The Dream Diaries of Arthur Bell. Arthur Bell was a radio host, and he started documenting vivid, often apocalyptic, prophetic dreams that his callers would share on air. He compiled them, and some patterns were supposedly pretty disturbing, hinting at shared unconscious visions of the future. Reddit Yellow House prediction. This one is pure internet lore. A user on Reddit supposedly made a cryptic post, later deleted, claiming a major global conflict would begin when a specific, prominent, yellow house or building was attacked or fell. People have been trying to identify this yellow house ever since. Shinrikyo's AI prophecy. You remember Shinrikyo, the Japanese doomsday cult? Beyond their horrific sarin gas attack, their leader, Shoko Asahara, also prophesied that an artificial intelligence would eventually take over, leading to a kind of AI-driven global rebirth after massive destruction. Given where AI is heading, this one feels a bit too close for comfort. Project Looking Glass. This is a conspiracy theory favorite. It's alleged to be a secret government technology, possibly reverse-engineered from alien tech, that allows users to see into the future or view probable future timelines. The story goes that they saw something inevitable and perhaps terrifying: Bashar's future timeline split. Bashar is a popular channeled entity. One of his big claims is that humanity is currently undergoing a timeline split, where Earth is essentially diverging into multiple parallel realities based on collective and individual consciousness. So, some people will experience one future, others a completely different one. This is where it gets really wild. The 2012 real event. Forget the Mayan calendar apocalypse. Some theorists say something did happen in 2012, a massive timeline shift, a vibrational change, or an averted catastrophe, but it was covered up by world governments to prevent panic or maintain control. Remote viewing timeline B. Ingo Swann. Ingo Swann was a famous psychic and a key figure in the CIA's Stargate project, which explored remote viewing. In one declassified session, remote viewers supposedly saw a future Earth, timeline B, that was desolate, with strange structures but no humans. It was a future they desperately wanted to avoid. The Vatican's Chronovisor warnings. Legend has it the Vatican secretly developed a device called a Chronovisor, allowing them to view past and future events. The story goes they saw some incredibly dark and disturbing future events, so horrific that the device was ordered dismantled and its existence denied. What did they see that scared the Vatican itself? Montauk Boy's future memory. The Montauk Project is another deep conspiracy theory about secret government experiments. Part of the legend involves children, the Montauk Boys, who were supposedly experimented on, and some claim they were implanted with memories or shown visions of Earth's catastrophic collapse around the year 2050. The Null Prophecy CIA Doc 643b. This is super obscure, supposedly referenced in a declassified or rumored to be declassified CIA document. The Null Prophecy describes a potential future timeline that results in a world without spirit or a complete stagnation of human consciousness and progress. A truly empty future. Silent Cities in 2033 Dream Tapes, similar to Arthur Bell's diaries. This refers to a collection of dreams and visions shared on obscure online forums and recorded on dream tapes. A recurring theme was seeing major megacities completely empty and silent around the year 2033, as if everyone just vanished. These are the whispers from the void, the sleeping man of Malta. This is a local legend about a monk who, for 40 years straight, supposedly dreamt the exact same detailed apocalyptic vision every single night. He'd wake up screaming but could never fully articulate the horror, only fragments. What did he see over and over? The unknown tablet of Enoch. The Book of Enoch is already pretty wild, full of fallen angels and celestial journeys. But legend speaks of an additional, unknown tablet or fragment that allegedly predicts the rise and eventual catastrophic fall of a powerful celestial or cosmic artificial intelligence. Enoch predicting a rogue AI, Codex Omega. This is said to be a mysterious, ancient manuscript locked away in a super, secret private collection, possibly owned by some shadowy organization. Its contents are rumored to predict humanity's ultimate split into two distinct species, one evolving, the other devolving, leading to a final, inevitable conflict. The lost voice recordings of the Black Priestess. Whispers exist of voice recordings, perhaps from the early 20th century, of an unknown woman, a Black Priestess, from a remote community. Her trance-like utterances were said to describe something called the end of thought, a future where human consciousness fundamentally changes or ceases in a way we can't comprehend. The recordings, of course, are said to be lost or suppressed. Echoes from Antarctica ham radio logs. This is a modern legend. Alleged ham radio logs and anomalous signal reports from deep within Antarctica speak of strange, coherent voices or transmissions picked up from beneath the ice. These echoes are said to be prophetic warning of the return of something ancient and powerful. The sealed oracle of Japan's Otsuro Bune. The Otsuro Bune incident is a famous Japanese legend from 1803 about a mysterious hollow ship washing ashore with a strange woman inside, carrying a box she wouldn't let anyone touch. The deeper legend says that box contained a sealed scroll with a prophecy about a silent invasion from the stars or another dimension. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing for more content. If you have a topic you'd like me to cover in a future video, feel free to let me know in the comments below.